birthday. But by the time I would be posting this video, it would have been long past my birthday. But it's okay. It's okay, guys. We are gonna get ready for my birthday. Ayo. You know, today I did not feel like actually a celebrating my birthday because I was like, I'm gonna celebrate it on the 12th and we go to Gold Reef. But now I'm like, nah, I wanna do it now. So I'm gonna do it now. We are celebrating. Ye birthday, yaban. Ye birthday, yaban. Ye birthday, yaban. Ye birthday, yami bo. I know. Okay, guys, the lighting it's not the best right now, shame. But there's no other place la ngakhona kundale video kahle khona lele ngibonakala ngathi une-view lenhle or anything like that. So I'm just trying to get a nice that's in cool, guys. So please bear with me. Yeah, but in just a second. To be honest, I'm not that excited though. It's my birthday, guys. I'm like, I'm 24. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am excited. I am, but guys. Yo, hi. I'm so cool here. I'm so cool and I don't know how I feel about my age. Like, it scares me. Shame, to think about my age. I'm like, the person has been alive here. But while I am doing my makeup, I'm going to be reflecting on this year. And yeah, just this year, maybe I wanted to do Limprojekti 24 in the 24 years I've lived. What are the 24 lessons I've learned? I thought about that, but I was like, should I not? It's probably gonna be a long video. So I'm just gonna do a bit of a reflection while I do my makeup, and then yeah, we'll see from there. I think yeah, let me do that. You know, I'm thinking about this on the spot, so I really don't know how I'm even, this video is gonna be all over the place, but I'm gonna try and plan something small. Okay, so I jotted something down. Manje, the problem is that my notes, I'm actually phone record down right now. So, and please guys, ignore the, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting notification. My brother really loves singing. He just loves singing, so please don't mind him. Anyway, a reflection of the year. The reflection of the year. Oh, my this year has been okay. An overall summary that I can give of this year is that it has been very different from all the other years. I know that every year is different, but I wanna this one. Like, my years have always been predictable. Like, I always knew what I'm gonna be doing for that year. Like, yeah, I always knew, would say, okay, I'm going to go to school and making sure I get good grades. You know, it's always been predictable. I always knew what was gonna happen, and as much as it was different, I looked to maybe depending on the grade I'm in, it's probably gonna be more difficult. I shouldn't have started with this. Hey, I should have. Oh no. It is a bit lighter, but I don't feel like mixing because mixing according to my color shade, guys. It's fine. It's a bit off, but we will manage. Yeah, so it's always been very predictable. So this year has been very tough for me because of that. You know, that was just the main thing. But so yeah, I was exposed to something I was unfamiliar about. But in that, there were good and there was bad. So I will first talk about the bad because Nibangati, just to get it out of the way. We'll talk about the bad first, and then I'll talk about the good. So one of the bad things that I believed happened was like, the lowest of the low for me this year was the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year was so low, guys. Njengoba ngishito, I always had, like, my year was always predictable. My time to be active and be doing something was always usually February. February isikhathi sami sokuthi ngihambe ngiye eklasini ngene esikolweni, and like nje ngiba actively, like akwendeki ngihlali ngaFebruary. February is not my time for, I'm at school or something is happening nje, but usually I'm at school. So for the first time in ever, there's nothing like that happening. Kuthulile nje, there's no kodwa, and worst part, like, people bayanyakata, bantu bayangenile esikoleni, bantu bayafunda, abanye bayasebenza, and then there's me. So yeah, no, the beginning of the year was very depressing for me. I felt, and then I'd always been scared of that part. Hence, I went back to school or to do my honors. Firstly, okay, I didn't even think I was gonna do my honors degree, but I was like, I don't wanna find a situation like and I'm not doing it. Like, that scared me, guys. Like, not having some sort of control or direction, or like some sort of a plan. Hello. Oh, okay. So that was my low. One of my lows. The other one was when it came to my faith, the beginning of the year, it was very shaky. I was having a lot of dreams that suggested something bad happening in my life. Like, it just suggested bad in general. And I was like, oh, guys, consequence of I was, I felt like God was not with me. And I felt alone, to be honest, and unseen, unheard, and I was like, God, where are you? Where are you, God? Where are you? What do you want me to do in general? Because I was like, can see, like, why am I different? Like, why? Where is God? Because usually I know God showing up for me. I go to school, I have a lot of things that I really need, and I never really struggled that much to get things. I always believed that you have to work hard and you'll get what you want through that. So I felt, okay, I've worked really, really hard to stay at school, and I worked hard for my marks, and I worked hard for my degree, but I'm not reaping the rewards of that, you understand? And I really felt like I was failing mom and dad because of that. Because I was like, they spent so much time and effort trying to raise me so that I can be able to take care of myself eventually. They took me to school. They made sure that they did everything by the books. Even took me to church, to make sure that at the end of it all, I'm able to take care of myself and that kind of stuff. So all that hard work felt like it's supposed to be paying off, and it wasn't. And it was really depressing me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, guys, it's dark. I know you guys can see what I'm doing, and I know it looks horrible, but bear with me, guys. Trust the process, okay? Yeah, gonna be it. I'm just drawing but yeah. So it's like, it's supposed to be paying off now. Like, finally, like, I got the degree. I got it. Like now I'm supposed to be working, I'm supposed to get a job, and yeah, I wasn't getting it, and I just really felt very low the beginning of the year spiritually. I felt like God was not there. He was not seeing me. He was not understanding how much I needed, because I didn't want to go back to school because I felt like I needed to at least start working, you know. And my parents have been working so hard for me all these years. It's about time I give back, you know. And then I'm not giving back anymore. And that sucked, guys. Yo, nzabayalelanga ncesini, guys. Yeah, that sucked, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, yo, guys, can see. Yeah, like this year was my struggle year, especially when it came to my faith. Yeah, yeah. I felt like I have no direction, and it was very sad because I was seeing people that had the direction, and I'm trying for jobs. I was applying, and I wouldn't even get any call back. Let me just do my eyebrows. I'm trying by all means to do Lama Bros. Okay, but yeah, it was tough because of that. I felt like God was not understanding the situation. Yeah, I'm like, God, like, you don't understand. I don't want to be busy depending on I want to have my own things. I want to be living my own life. I want to be doing my own things at my own time. Like, can see, when am I going to be able to do that? And like, why aren't you coming through for me? Can see, God, you took me through all these years, took me to school, you know, and all of that, just for me to get here. Like, guys, what was the point of me going to school if I'm not even gonna get employed, you know? So yeah, no, it was very, very difficult, Shem. And yeah, there were points where I just felt I was so mad at God. Why am I not getting the things that I want to get? I wanted to be employed. I believed so much in that, and then I didn't get it, you know. So yeah, it really did depress me for the longest time. Yo, guys, this is the only place that I could get where I felt like Lelanga Alim blindy or anything like that. So yeah, no, that one was a very tough time of my life. That time was very difficult for me. And then I started feeling better when I started feeling like I could start a business. And I was like, okay, let me start that. Let me try, you know, because clearly these people they don't want to employ me for some whatever reason. Um, Experience, you can call it whatever, it's not happening. So I was like, maybe God doesn't want me to get employed because He wants me to employ other people. So I was like, I'm gonna start a business of my own. And I thought of farming. I've never done farming. Like, I had not, like, the business felt like a plan B, and it felt like I needed to do something now, or else, like, my life is ruined or shattered or whatever that you call it. So, like, I just felt like I had to come up with something, and I couldn't come up with anything. Honestly, guys, I'm looking at this mirror. But I was like, let me just come up with something quick. What do I think can make a lot of profit? And I knew as long as there are people in this world, there is going to be a demand of food. So I was like, I'm gonna try and supply something. That was my thinking. Not knowing, Guti, it's just not that simple. It's not as simple as just doing, you know. There's a lot of capital needed, there's a lot of things needed. And at the same time, while that was happening, I was like, okay, do you know, because they have a business. I was like, I'm gonna help them with that. Nagonje logo was another thing that kind of prepared me, because I was like, you, everyone already has something to do, you know. Extra. It's just that they were like, we don't want you to sit at home not doing anything, you know, at least do something. So that was the whole reason I even was there, and I didn't like that. I did not like that. So that was also that. Lokuthi they were like, okay, just try and ngena lana. And I knew ukuthi angingeniswa ukuthi bayangithina, ngingeniswa ngilokuthi bona bazama ukusita mina, kind of escaping from a lot of these things. But it didn't really help much. There's no purpose that I'm really serving. And yeah, that kind of depressed me. Okay, there were some things that like I knew was okay, yeah. But it's just not that much, you know. Even if I wasn't there, like the world was not gonna end, you know, the business was not gonna end. We don't make, you see. So I felt like I was not really needed, and like I served little purpose. So I was like, okay, let me try and focus on trying to get a job, or at least putting in the business. Yeah, oh guys, all those ideas, they would just flop. I think they would flop, guys. It wouldn't even happen because of the capital. There's a lot of capital, and I really underestimated Intaba capital, especially for the things that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to start big, like I just wanted the Malguti Vumbuge out of, like I just, and I understand. You know, guys, I'm not in which world I was living in, but yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen if I do things right. I'm always used to in that thing for connecting that actually. You know, it's just a matter of time, dedication. So I'm like, Nyalo, why kungenteki? Because meaning every time when I put my time and effort into something, it always works out. But this is not working out, and I don't understand why it's not working out. So lama business ideas, they wouldn't work. And you know, I have to talk to people, I need to sell the idea to them, and I really couldn't sell the idea to even my own parents. Maybe that could help me. It just didn't make sense. Business, you don't know anything about the business you want to do, like lama risks, they didn't add up. And nale experience, yeah, like in farming, I've never done any sort thing in farming. I was just looking for something that seemed very quick, and that was the first thing that I thought about. Can say there's more that you have to think about, you know. So because of that, then they would flop. And I got so tired of even trying, because I'm trying to work into my cash flow, Lana. And I would think about so many business ideas, and I was like, okay, maybe let me do EHR. Guys, and kids see it's a lot of time and work, and mom and dad were very much against that idea, because they were like, there are a lot of risks. They did that and it flopped because there's a lot of risks that are involved. You need to find the eggs. Finding the eggs is a problem, like a lot of things, you know. So I was like, doing sunshine, what am I gonna do with my life? Nangabe everything, like konke lengus zamako kuyaflopha. Every time I think about something, it doesn't work out, and that rarely ever happens to me. Bengathi nje ukuthi into nje will just not work out nje just for the sake of ukuthi ati work out. I would say maybe you don't have the passion or the enthusiasm for it, but maybe because maybe nalesikhathi asikho right, or lento lo decide, or even the people you are selling it to. Like there's a lot of things that you can't just, you know. Manje mina bengithi kutovele kuvumbuke nje plan, kutovele kwenteke something there and there. It wouldn't. So yeah, no, that really depressed me this year. But yeah, so it seemed like, what am I gonna do? Like, it seemed like nje konke bekungahlangani, and benga understand ukuthi why kungahlangani. Why I'm just a baby, and I worked so hard for me not to be in this position, and I'm in it. Kanjani? Fike njani lana? Like why? I'm supposed to be employed in somewhere. And I think it's because, like, the stories of mom and dad, it is completely different from my story. Like, I've always thought Kuti, because for them, getting a job was not a hard thing for them to do. So I'm telling my struggles, Kuti, and you know, they've always said, go to school, so that at least now you can, and I can see Kuti, they are doing something with their lives. They are getting think like they have a car, they have houses, they have okay, they have a house, they're able to take care of us. For me, that sounded like success. Mom and dad were my role model. So I just really wanted that which they had, but I didn't get it. So I just really felt like a failure half of the time, guys. Like I felt like a failure. I felt like why am I not, why are things not working the way that I want them to, you know? And it's because I simply had expectations for this year. Really, I thought ukuthi, since I have certificate, really I'm set with the job. I don't have to be rich. I'll work my way towards there, but at least I have a job, you know. Ngiyakhona ke manje when that thing for ngendlela yami, if I want to move out of the house, vele nje kube lula, ngingasabi nje. Now I'm like, oh, this stuff won't happen. It's in June now. Like, yeah, guys. And it's not like okay, I'm having a hard time now. You know, my parents are very cool and chilled people. I'm actually so grateful to God for the parents I have. Hey, wow, guys. Yo, God definitely blessed me there. He definitely did. It's just that I just wanted things of my own, and I felt I was even kind of envious of mom and dad at a point in time because I was like, they already have their lives figured out. They have everything that they need, and then I'm here depending on them, and I wish I could say thank you for taking care of me and for taking me to school and for doing all these things for me, you know. But I can't even say that because it needs, like, for me 90 thank you, I wanna give them a present and ngifuna party, you know, things like that, and I can't do them, you know. So kunalento leyo nje guys kuthi yo, like the way that I expected my life to be is not the way that it actually turned out to be, you know. And a lot of the people that I've gone to school with, bona, they have their lives together, they have jobs, they are fine, you know. And then I'm here still depending on mom and dad. So yeah, no shame this year. And the fact that there was, like, I think more than anything is the fact that I had no idea, no like I had no direction whatsoever. A predictable life sounds safe to me. That's why in Germany I've never even thought about a business ever in my life, because I've just always thought it's safer to just get a job, you know. Lo muntu usavele uyakhila ibhizinisi yakhe efuna ukumsebentela. Yebo, I'm working under a person, it's okay, you can, but logo like at least in a prediction you have to say every month ngizothola malini, you know. But now there's nothing, no job, no business, nothing. So yeah, that was a very tough time of my life, but they were good. So I'm gonna get into that. Yeah, so because I had nothing to depend on at that time. Like there was nothing I could fall on. I had no clue, no direction what I was going to do with my life. I had no choice but to depend on God. So that's what happened. This, oh, I look like a clown, guys. Imagine if being Hambila. So yeah, so I had no other choice but to depend on God, and I didn't want that. To be honest, I just didn't want that. I didn't want to depend on God. I really wanted to depend on myself. But like I even remembered the prayer that I made the other year, and I think God always always brings that prayer up, you know, in my conscience, because it really was, I think, that prayer that God was answering, which is God remove pride in me. I understood Kuti, me being able to get things done, develop some sort of pride in me. Yeah, like I really depended so much in my own abilities, and I felt I could be able to move things any way I wanted, because it's just always been like that. Like I never really had to struggle too much for anything in life. So like now the fact that I have to, I'm like you, and really I can't depend on myself, because now as much as I have the certificate, that's all I really have. and I can't depend on my certificate now because asekunikete umsebenzi belingifunako. So I had no choice but to depend on God. And actually, I'm glad that I went through all that I went through. I'm glad that I went through all that because it actually strengthened my faith. And I really do appreciate my prayer group for coming through for me. I have a prayer group that I always attend. I always attend these 10 o'clock. Guys, you know what? If you're a Christian, like, find you a prayer group, guys. Find you a prayer group. Find you prayer warriors. Find you people that pray, that you pray with, that you have a certain time to pray with, and try by all means to attend, guys. Like, don't come up with excuses. Don't come up with excuses. Go to yo. I need to do. Just go for your prayer meetings. Those helped me a lot because it helped me to grow strong in my faith in Christ, and it helped me not to depend on myself, on my own abilities. Now I had nothing. I couldn't depend on myself. There was nothing I could rely on of my own. There was nothing. I had nothing besides certificate. That's all I had, and it's not doing anything for me. So I absolutely had nothing on my hand that I could, you know, that I could use. I had nothing. I had to depend on God. So I had no choice but to pray. Usually, usually, right, if I had nothing to depend on, if there was nothing else that I could do, it was hard work. Like, I would have to work hard. I have to do things better moving forward. And God was like a second option. It's okay. God would just help me to do what I want to do. And it wasn't about what God wants me to do. It was about what I want to do. And then, yeah, God helped me get this. And then I would work towards it instead of like putting him in the beginning, putting him first right from the beginning, you see. So I never did that. I never did that. And Gansimina, I wanted I was always praying to God that he leads me towards my purpose, that he shows me what he wants me to do, you know. I was always asking him for that. But like, when he started doing it, I was like, God, what are you doing to me? Like, why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? But now I'm so glad that I went through that. I'm so glad that I went through that. I wouldn't have known, I wouldn't have been so dependent on God. And a character of patience was built in me. I got to appreciate the little things that I have. I didn't realize the things that God blessed me with and how big they were, you know. I didn't. I have a family. I have like, I live in a nice, comfortable home. I have both my parents. I've always been grateful for my parents, but it's just this year I was more grateful to about them for, like, yeah, because like I got to realize the sacrifices that they do for me. You know, they're always going to work. I see it every day. You know, um, yeah, I got to appreciate the things that God that has done for me, Shane. My family, my friends. I got to appreciate the little things that I have, and I wasn't gonna be able to appreciate those. A character of patience was built in me. I got to see how deadly it is to look at other people. Like, I got to learn that, Kuti, comparing yourself to other people is literally going to be your downfall. And I got to learn that this year. And I got to understand that some things, me going through some things, it's not because God hates me, but it's because it's trying to do something in me. It's the waiting season. It's not good to God doesn't have anything planned for me. It's a waiting season. And it was a time when I was the most prayerful person. And prayer really helped me to have a stronger relationship with God. And it helped me to yeah, to continue to pursue him and to love him and to look to him for everything. Yeah, because I had nothing else to hold on to anymore. There was nothing. I couldn't hold on to my certificates. I couldn't hold on to my hard work. I couldn't hold on to my parents. They couldn't help me. I couldn't hold on to anything. There was nothing I had on my hand. And I'd always been praying to God that I have a strong relationship with Him, that my relationship with Him grows. And then God literally said, okay, your wish is my command, my child. That's also what I want. And I got it. And then now I'm crying for it. And see, this is the best thing that could have ever happened to me, so that my relationship with God can be strengthened. Because now I have no other choice. I have no other choice. Like, I have absolutely no other choice. I can't cry anywhere and then I get what I want. I can't. And I'm obviously not gonna do snacks things like, no, like I'm not gonna do my snacks things. So yeah, I had no other choice but to depend on God. And God was like, okay, you say you want a deeper, closer relationship with me. You depending too much on yourself. I'm gonna take that away. So I got to see that aspect of God of loving me. Like, in my desperate moments, the one person that I can say came through for me was God. He came through, Shem. Ah, uh-uh. He came through. He was the one who was always there for me, um, in my tough times. Uh, and I got I got to see the side of God which is caring. I got to see a side of God which is loving. And I know that doesn't make sense to other people, because like God never even answered your prayers. But He actually did answer my prayers. I got to realize that you cannot do everything on your own. So yeah, like I just got to realize that community is really needed. Had the people around me not been around, I don't know what I would have been. Yeah. And another thing that was good out of this year, I got to travel more. I got to travel a lot more, and I got to see a lot of new places. And that is very fun. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I got to experience that. And it was nice to finally not stressing a school, because school actually always, because I always felt like I the only hope I have is school for me to have a successful life and stuff like that. I felt like that was my only hope. That was the only thing that could help me within this life. So I was always so anxious to do well. And the thing about me is that I am not a typically smart person. I need to work extra hard for my marks. Like, I can't just relax and say, okay. Some people that are buying each other, guys, they just chill in their rooms. And it's also because in Jenabo they also have a plan B. Like, maybe they have some sort of a job that they are in, or maybe khona business laba pusha, or khona info laba dependeleki. Meaning I had nothing to depend on. So I literally had school alone. And yeah, it was nice to not have that anxiety of my exam, of school. Oh guys, I don't like school really. I've never liked school. Okay, I do like learning. I do like school. It's just the exams parts. I wish that parts can be removed. Yes, I wish that part can be removed, but that's the whole point. Like, I need ufunze, and then obviously for them to check ukuthi ufunze kahle yini, you have to be tested in your exam. And it's okay. I wanna put the eyeliner on, but ngifuna, like, I can't do it here. It needs a steady hand. So ndobuya. Lighting ayikho right, but this is the completed look. I angathi nalokuthi ngigcine kuphi, because ngabe sengiyagijima yabo, I'm kind of late. So I just put on my eyelashes, ngafaka i-rouge nyana, ngafaka i-setting spray, ngafaka like yeah. So like ngiyagijima. So ngitozama ukucedzela le video nangibuya maybe, but I think I'm done for the most part. Yeah, just gonna take you through the day, and then yeah, ngidon't combise outfit yami guys, I really don't know what I'm gonna wear. I'm like confused right now. But stubborn. So this is the only picture of myself that I could get. You, but nakusasiyahamba, we ended up leaving the house. Nakhona late in Johnny, guys. We finally made it to the restaurant. Lana nje bese baqede kungihlabelela after sasidlile naku lokudla lesikudlile. It was so good, guys. These were our drinks. It was just beautiful. It was nice. It was nice. Here I am looking like a flame. Then we finally headed back home. So yeah, that was it ngelanga lami, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye. So this is my outfit. I couldn't even take pictures kahle for a long time because we were rushing. We had to go. Naleti thombe angatithathe tonke guys. Lesithombe lesi si weird. You. Naku-ke guys sesiyahamba siyindlela yatisolo labantu laba abafuni kungisendela leti thombe taleyo kudla lebesikudla but yeah besilana lana kuseMozambique we're still trying to order something. Yeah, lana sibhizi thatha ama-take 5 guys. I need those pictures. I need the pictures of the food. I think I'll find them. But yeah, this was our way back home and that was the day. Yeah.